Hello and welcome to the pages of Think Big, the highly acclaimed book on motivation and leadership. I am Dr. Ambika Gaur, the author of the book. In my previous videos, we have discussed in detail about certain motivational stories. We have discussed about the preface of the book, but now we are on the chapter number 1 of the book. And in this video, you will come to know about the first chapter. Man himself is responsible for all his troubles. Friends, we keep on blaming the destiny, God, our family, our colleagues, our society, and at times even our nation for the troubles that we are facing in our lives. But in reality, I as a human being am totally responsible for whatever is going through in my life. Rather than blaming myself, I keep on blaming my circumstances. Please remember, a bad carpenter always fights with his tools. That is what the story is with everybody. We have to accept, and the sooner we accept this particular fact that we are responsible for all our troubles in our lives, we will have brighter future. So good luck everybody. Please go through the contents of the chapter, Man himself is responsible for all his troubles. Keep on watching the video till the end. Please share the video and give your critical comments also, so that we also try to make certain improvements if required in this particular book. Thank you. Man himself is responsible for all his troubles. Human beings are seen speaking philosophically. My luck is like that. God has never favored me, otherwise I would be at a better place. He is lucky, otherwise he didn't deserve it, etc. But the reality is entirely different. Luck favors the people who dare all the challenges that come in their way to success. Problem with most of the people is that they generally desire what they don't in fact deserve, and never analyze their own strengths and weaknesses. As a result, they are unable to put their best foot forward. Their feet remain trembling and unmoved, and then blame God for their failures and ask Him to guide their footsteps without moving their feet. Here goes a story to prove that man is responsible for all his fate, and he is the creator of his circumstances. Once a beleaguered man approached a sannyasi to find out answer to his peculiar problem. Swamiji, the troubles of this world are not leaving me. I have been trapped by these troubles and am being regularly haunted. Please suggest some remedy. The sannyasi asked the man to come and meet him the next day at the same time. When the man returned the next day, as told by the sannyasi, he was astonished to see the sannyasi clinging to a wall pillar and shouting vehemently, "Help! Help! This pillar has clung to me and is not leaving me. I am unable to break free." The man was disappointed at the knowledgeable man talking foolishly. He retorted immediately, "Swamiji, are you not in your senses? What are you talking of? It is the other way round. I have come here to know the answer to my troubles, not to see your simian tricks." "That is the answer to your problem, my son. You are clung to the worldly troubles, not the other way round. You can leave your troubles behind just as I can leave this pillar." And the Swamiji left the pillar immediately sending the man back to retrospect. One of my many great gurus once narrated an interesting tale to me, proving his point that human beings are themselves responsible for all their troubles. According to him, God has provided all human beings with one stick each in their hands, and the way these human beings use their sticks, they are categorized into three groups. Group A consists of those people who keep their sticks raised high, warning troublemakers, misfortunes, and evil spirits against getting nearer to them. These people lead a happy and satisfying life, but they are very less in number, not more than 10% of all human beings. Group B people are somewhat hedonist type people. They make use of their sticks in poking and thrashing others and trying to establish their supremacy over others, totally going against the rules of nature. These people get pleasure out of the pains they inflict upon others. Some of these people are those literary fools who corrupt power. It is well said about them, power does not corrupt a man, but fools, if raised to the position of power, corrupt power. Category B people, though seem to be living happy life for some time, are bound to suffer in the long run as per the laws of nature. Dirty people, dirty ends is the most suitable adage for these people. They are about 30% of all human beings. The last and sadly the worst category people are placed in group C. These are the so-called common people, 60% of human beings, who are born without proper planning, grow up somehow, manage to earn their living, and finally die as dejected and rejected people. No doubt, these people are honest, hardworking, idealist, faithful, but not at all practical. They are unfortunately too idealistic to step ahead. These people have reversed the direction of their stick, and rather than poking others, they keep poking themselves and thereby inflicting injuries on themselves. Worst of all, they start blaming their fate, God or circumstances for their failures rather than blaming themselves. No doubt, these people are to be pitied upon because majority of us fall under this category only. Here is another story to illustrate how at times we jeopardize others' lives and that of ours too out of our self-centeredness and then blame destiny for the unexpected results. Once a mouse looked through the crack in the wall to see the farmer and his wife open a package. What food might this contain? The mouse wondered. He was horrified to see that it was a mouse trap. Retreating to the farmyard, the mouse proclaimed the warning. There is a mouse trap in the house. There is a mouse trap in the house. The cock clucked, raised his head and said, Mr. Mouse, I can see this as a serious matter to you, but it is of no concern to me. I cannot be bothered by it. The mouse turned to the pig and told him, there is a mouse trap in the house. There is a mouse trap in the house. The pig sympathized but said, I am very sorry, Mr. Mouse, but there is nothing I can do about it. Anyway, I will pray for you. The mouse finally turned to the cow and said, there is a mouse trap in the house. There is a mouse trap in the house. The cow said, wow, Mr. Mouse, I am sorry for you, but it is no issue for me. So the mouse returned to the house, head down and dejected, to face the farmer's mouse trap alone. That very night, a sound was heard throughout the house, like the sound of a mouse trap catching its prey. The farmer's wife rushed to see what was caught. In the darkness, she did not see it was a venomous snake whose tail the trap had caught. The snake bit the farmer's wife. The farmer rushed her to the hospital and she returned home with a fever. Everyone knows a patient with fever is given fresh chicken soup. So the farmer cut the cock to serve his ailing wife with the soup, but his wife's sickness continued. So friends and neighbors came to sit with her round the clock. To feed them, the farmer butchered the pig. The farmer's wife did not get well. She died. Finally, so many people came for her funeral. The farmer had the cow slaughtered to provide enough meat for all of them. The mouse looked upon it all from his crack in the wall with great sadness. So, the next time, if you see someone facing a problem, never think that it is of no concern to you. Remember, when one of us is threatened, we all are at risk. We all are involved in this journey called life. We must keep an eye out for one another and make an extra effort to encourage one another. We are the creator of circumstances for ourselves and even for our people. So why not to create good circumstances? Thank you very much.